Now, Kadyn Proctor, this is one I got some things to say about, Gorney, because, I flew to Iowa to go watch him play last fall. First time I ever broke 100 on a golf course. If I lived in Iowa, I might be able to make the tour because everything's so flat. You just hit the ball. You can hit it four fairways over.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, okay, Oregon was heavily in the mix. They're pushing. We see them in the house. He goes out there. Then all of a sudden, a media blitz this weekend from Alabama commits. Alabama players. We want Kadyn Proctor. Get Proctor here. Proctor comes to visit. Then I saw a tweet about the vibes. Oh, it was a vibe at Alabama.
Vibe, huh?
He loved it. The people are thinking he's going to flip now. What are you hearing?
So I was told that Kadyn Proctor has told the Iowa staff that he's signing with them on Wednesday. Now, does that matter? Does anyone really know? Has he told multiple staffs that? Who knows? It seems like Alabama has picked up a lot of steam here in the last 2 or 3 days. There was definitely a vibe in Tuscaloosa, whatever. I know for sure Alabama has wanted this kid for the longest time. They had him in on over the summer. He is exactly what Nick Saban looks for in an offensive lineman. Might I throw out the name Evan Neal-esque, sort of just this massive physical dominant force. So it'll be interesting. His former teammate, Xavier Wonkpa, is at Iowa already. He committed to Iowa this summer. He seemed to really like his Oregon visit, but I don't see that happening now. This is Iowa or Alabama. Betting against Nick Saban at your own peril here. If I had to pick right now, I'd probably pick Alabama based on the momentum. But I can tell you that, he's communicated with Iowa that they're still okay. But that was before the weekend visit.
So I've seen a lot of Iowa fans on Twitter worried about losing him. How could you do this to the in-state school a week before signing day? Now, I was not used to this. First of all,
No.
there just aren't a lot of guys like him that come through. I mean, probably Tristan Wirfs would be the last one, but he was nowhere near as hyped at this point in his recruitment or throughout. Now, we heard during the summer, this is kind of a common refrain we're hearing is like, oh, well, he's looking for the biggest NIL deal. Okay. And it's kind of the elephant in the room on a lot of these recruiting discussions. But now fans are like, he just wants to get paid, Yes.
Right.
Don't you want to get paid?
So do you. Yeah. So do you. Right.
Right. What are you talking about? So I do not want to hear that. Your school is paying people. Your school is paying players on their roster. So I do not want to hear that it is not a negative that a kid wants to get paid. Now, I think you should find the best fit because you don't want to chase short-term money over the chance of long-term development and real money in the NFL or even NIL. Ask Bo Nix. I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of money to come back and play. But I just don't want to hear yes, these players have a unique skill. They're among the most talented people in the world at their craft. It's okay if they want to be compensated as such. That is now part of the rules. It's not against the rules.
No. And that's the thing. One of my favorite movies is Blue Chips, and Happy was paying everybody and paying Shaq, and paying Penny Hardaway's mom and all those kinds of things. It's not against the rules, and it should be. And it's not up to you either. It's up to the kid and their family as to what is the best situation for them and their future. So yes, of course they're getting paid. It's literally part of the rules that you could be a college player and get a truck deal at the local Dodge dealership. That is what used to be, I've said this before, what used to be completely illegal is now completely legal and celebrated. And so, yes, Iowa fans are not used to this. And that's what I love about Iowa fans. That's what I love about the Iowa football program. When we have Kirk Ferentz on our signing day show, he's sitting at his desk and propping books underneath his computer so it looks good for us. He's not like this prima donna that needs everything, and it's just great. That's what's great about Iowa, but that's what they're not understanding here. Alabama's going to come in, and Nick Saban has been sort of resistant and slow to change to NIL deals and rules and all those kinds of things. But a guy like Kadyn Proctor is going to get paid, and I've said this before too. Especially during this time of year, the Christmas season, when we watch Home Alone and 12-year-old Macaulay Culkin is making huge money to do that movie, and then subsequent movies, it's celebrated. Everybody loves it. He's a child star. You go see a pianist or a cellist and they're a child star, we celebrate that. But an 18-year-old football player making money is somehow dirty and cannot be touched. So it's just a mindset that people have to change what they're thinking. I do, this is part of a larger conversation. And anyway, it is a decision that he has to make. Is the money now important to him? Is the money later important to him? Does it even matter? Because Iowa and Alabama are pretty much two of the best offensive line producing schools in the country.